Hi crafters, Megan here with my very first process video. Here I am showing you different papers, just scrap papers that I might be using in this layout. And that one's from SEI, and these other ones are just from some other companies. I'm sorry, I really have no idea. They were literally scraps. And this one, the background that I'm going to use, is from Amy Tangerine. And these are the two pictures that I'm going to use of my son when he was about, I think, 18 months maybe. And he had spilled some oatmeal on the floor. Luckily, it was dry, not wet. But, and so his dad, my husband Mark, was just helping him clean it up. So here I am just marking the pictures so that I can make them both the same size. I was going to maybe layer them or make them askew so that they weren't going to be the same size, but then I decided to do something different. And then I just was still making sure that they're the same size because apparently I can't measure very well. So um and then once I do this part, I'm trying to figure out if I want to do a mat or not, because the pictures look kind of bare without having something directly behind them all the way to the top. And so here I am picking out the paper that I think will look good, and I just want to do a little sliver of a background mat on there. I don't want to make it that big. So here I am lining it up and then marking it because I'm a perfectionist and I hate using scissors because I never cut straight. So I usually use the back side of the paper and just put the picture on it and figure out how big or little I want the mat to be. So I cut it up. Here I am cutting it up. And then once I do that, I decide to glue them down, I think. So this is my first process video. Well, it's actually my second. The first one I did, I just kind of scrapped because the layout took me like 2 hours to do, and I was just so flustered by that layout that I was just like, there's no way I am going to edit this one. So I just decided to scrap it. So this one is officially my first one. And there I had a die cut that I cut out at Christmas time of a deer, and I didn't end up using it, and so I thought I could use it for this layout. I thought that it would be really cute to use the deer and then have the title be "Oh Dear." So that's what I'm going to end up doing. And here I am just cutting another paper to layer behind the pictures. And that deer kind of gave me a problem. I didn't know where to put it. And I keep throughout the whole video just kind of moving it around and trying to figure out where to put it. So here I am just using this. I think this is this and that tape roller, and I actually have decided I do not like this one at all. It's one of the really teeny skinny sliver kinds of tape, and like you'll see later on in the video that I can just literally pull off the pictures without any trouble, even after taping them down. So I decided to pull out my glue dots dispenser and start using that. Um, but anyway, maybe I would like their bigger tape measure ones, tape dispenser, but not the sliver. The slivers just are not good, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm using it wrong or something. So if you like it and you've found a way to use it well, please leave a comment and tell me. Okay, so here I am just ripping off the edge of this green paper. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's got a little bit of a chevron print on it. It's one of my favorite papers that I've had, and I've used it on a different project before. So there I am. I just ripped it off to give it a little bit more texture. Sorry, that was my phone, which I thought was off. Okay, and here I am trying to pick out a stamp, or not a stamp, sorry, an ink pad to just ink the edges of these papers just to kind of give them something to define them a little bit more against the background paper. And I am not very fancy. Like, I know there's like sponge, like blending tools and stuff like that, but I just haven't, spent the money on them yet. I figured this way is easier and it's more frugal. So, um, so that way I can spend my money on other things that I would like to have as well. So I just ink all of the matted papers, and the pictures were kind of hard with the small mat to do, so I kind of had to go over those twice. But now I'm just trying to get it all situated on the page where I want it to go, and that darn deer, trying to figure out what I want to do with it. And then I decide to do the blending ink on there as well. And that takes a little bit of time. And then when I finish with that, I think that I finally decide that I'm going to put it down there in that right-hand corner. Oh, maybe not. I'm still playing with it a little bit. So I think for a little bit that maybe I'll put it behind the picture, and then I'm just still kind of messing with it, and I don't know why it was giving me such a hard time. I just really could not figure out what I wanted it to look like or where I wanted it to be. Then I pulled out this sticker sheet that had some tags and some sayings on them, and trying to figure out how I'm going to put the date on the layout. And I thought, oh, this one looks nice. Maybe I'll do that. So I glued down the pictures onto the brown mat, and I realized, oh, I probably shouldn't put it on the green one yet because I want to figure out what I'm going to do with that deer. So I just place them down, and I take forever to do this a lot of times because I just want it to look perfect and be matched up. So I glue down the brown paper to the green chevron. And I think I actually decide that I don't like the way that that looks. I think I have it over to the left too far. And that darn deer again, I'm fiddling with it and trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So I'm brand new to this whole scrapbooking process videos. If you have any advice at all, after seeing this first one, I would love to hear it. And I know that I say a lot. I'm really sorry. I will try to work on that. Anyway, and there's I'm and are really bad for me. So I'm still messing with that sticker sheet, trying to figure out how I'm going to put the date on here, and I find this little circle that I think looks really cute, and it's really simple. So I like the way that looks, so I put it down on the paper, and I think I've finally decided that I like the deer down there in the right. And I'm really sorry about the focusing. I don't know what it's doing. I think my computer might have gone to sleep, and so since I have my camera hooked up to my computer to do this, maybe it was freaking out because it couldn't tell exactly what I was doing. I really don't know. I'm so sorry about that. But I just wrote the date on there, and then I'm going to use the glue dots to glue down all of the layers. And my glue dots dispenser was giving me a hard time today too. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just glue dot dispenser challenged or dispenser challenged or something. But so I decided to glue those down. Again, I apologize about the camera focusing. But if you saw how easily those pictures could just come off, like I was just really frustrated with how bad the this and that dispenser was. And I was using a lot of the little tiny pieces, those slivers, so I don't know why it wasn't sticking very well. So here I am just re-gluing the pictures on so that they'll stick better. And then after this, I think I show you the glue dots. It's the permanent adhesive one. I like the permanent because then it stays better. It is really hard to get them off once you decide to put them down, so you do have to be careful about that. Excuse me. So I think now I'm looking, I was off to the side looking for a alpha to use, and I decided on thickers, and they're chipboard and they have a little faux stitch on them, and I just really love these thickers. I think they're really fun. And then I got this idea to use wax paper from Nicole Jones 911. She's on YouTube and I watch her videos all the time. But she uses her wax paper to put her title on, and then she figures out how she wants it set up and then moves it around the layout and tries to figure out where it would look best. And I really like this idea, so I decide to use it. And here I'm kind of just trying to figure out how I want to have my title set up on this page. Just really fiddling with the letters, and I decide I don't like that at all, how I have that. And so I'm just fixing it up a little bit more. And then I decide I don't like that again. I'm sorry, I'm very indecisive. It takes me a while to make decisions. But I finally decide on liking it this way. And so I put those aside and I'm just kind of trying to figure out where it would look best on my layout. Excuse me. And I decide on doing it right here on top of both pictures. I thought that looked really cute. And after I put the O down, I was kind of trying to fiddle with it a little bit more, but finally I got it right. And just placed them all down where they belonged. And that deer, I think I still haven't glued it down. So I'm still contemplating that. But so here's the title on there, all finished. And now I'm fiddling with the deer, trying to figure out what I want to do, where I want to place it. And I finally decide to just place it a little bit on top of the picture as well as the mat, towards the bottom a little bit. And I really like that. And then I'm sitting here thinking, okay, what's next? Because I am horrible with embellishing and journaling and stuff like that. And so I'm trying to figure out where to put a tag or something to use to write my journaling. So I had to take off those really, really sticky glue dots. Like I said, they're hard to take off once you put them down. So I just stuck that tag underneath the layers. And I think that is actually a tag from, or not a tag, journaling card from Studio Calico that they sent in the monthly kit. And I think it's a Studio Calico business card or something on the back. Like it has SC with their logo and everything on the back. So I just turned it over and used it as a journaling card. And then I wrote out my journaling. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I am getting over a cold. My 3-year-old this past week was sick from Wednesday to probably about Saturday, Sunday. He was a lot better yesterday, which was Sunday, but we still stayed home from church and just kind of hung out, hoping that that would help him get better. So I finish up my journaling, and then I glue it all down, and once I'm done doing that, I am going to start looking for embellishments. And like I was saying a minute ago, I am horrible at embellishing. I have never been very strong at it, but when I started doing digital scrapbooking, I started realizing that I really could do it. And so it was a little bit easier when I was doing digital scrapbooking. I still find it kind of hard to embellish on paper scrapbooking pages because I feel like if I mess up, then I've ruined a page. So it's just hard to go back. So here I am just gluing down some pieces with some Martha Stewart glue. And I really love this glue pen. It's really nice. It dries clear, and excuse me, and it's pretty easy to wash off your hands or anything like that. So I'm just gluing down the title to make sure that it stays, because I kind of was playing with it a little bit, so I could tell it wasn't staying very well. So I just wanted to make sure that it was sticking down. So that's what I'm doing here. And if, again, like I said, if you have any questions or suggestions for me, I would love to hear, because this is my very first video and I'm brand new to this whole process of YouTube and doing process videos and all of that stuff. So it's just a fun new experience for me. I do have a blog if you want to check it out. It's called craftymeggie.com, and I am a crafter. And I've been blogging for about 2 years now, I think, kind of off and on, and I finally decided to take the plunge and do more YouTube videos and crafting and stuff like that. I'm really trying to get myself caught up this year in 2014 on my scrapbooking. And so I have a challenge for myself that by this year, April 29th, 2014, that's my birthday, I want to have scrapbooked all the way from September 2007 to April 2008. Yeah, my birthday of April 2008. So that's my challenge for myself. And I only have 2 months left, which I'm just freaking out because like the time has gone by so fast. I keep telling myself, oh, it's okay, I have time. And I've just been trying to clean up my craft room and everything and try to get organized, but I really don't have time. I have 2 months, almost exactly 2 months, a little bit over. So here I am, just kind of, I glued down the legs on the deer, just kind of fixing the journaling a little bit. And I had to stop it for a little bit so I could help my son he had a friend over, and so I was helping them get out some toys to play with. But I came back and I had been looking through some journaling tags and some labels to kind of embellish some more. And I really liked that Laugh Out Loud one on the bottom, and I think that was by My Mind's Eye. This one's by Fancy Pants, and I think it's called Etc. I'm sorry it wouldn't focus on it. But so here I am just trying to use that Laugh Out Loud label sticker with that bottle cap. I really liked that bottle cap next to the title right there. And so I was just really trying hard to figure out how I could use this label sticker and on a tag, but I didn't like how that looked, so I took it off and tried it a couple different ways by itself, just plain by itself, and I don't end up liking it. So I put it back on the sheet, and I'm still trying to figure out if maybe I want to use a tag by itself, and then I pull out the sticker again and see if maybe it'll look good on a different tag. And I'm just kind of manipulating the tag different ways and seeing if I like it different ways. And I end up not using that tag or the sticker at all, even though I'm really trying really hard to use that sticker because I thought it was really cute, and it goes along with the layout. Laugh out loud, like, yeah, you're laughing now that it's after the fact, because I'm pretty sure my husband and I were both pretty frustrated with my son about dropping the can on the floor. So I try it on that one, and then I decide, nope, I'm just not going to use that one anymore. So I pick out this tag, and here I am just kind of cleaning up. I'm trying to be better this year about cleaning up as I go. So I'm just kind of cleaning up, and we're almost done with the layout here. I'm just cleaning up a little bit, and I will show some final images and zoom in on them.